Let's start this with a prayer. Dear Father, I thank you for this day and this opportunity to be used as a vessel to let your people know that you are available, able, and ready in the name of Yeshua from Nazareth. Let's cut this bread. Hosea 4, 1 and 2, and then Hosea 3 and 1. Attention, all Israelites. God's message: God indicts the whole population. No one is faithful, no one loves, no one knows the first thing about God. All this cussing and lying and killing, theft and loose sex, sheer anarchy, one murder after another. And then Hosea 3 1. Then God ordered me, start all over, love your wife again, your wife who's in bed with her latest boyfriend, your cheating wife, love her the way I, God, love the Israelite people, even as they flirt and party with every god that takes their fancy. Again, they, 1,000 co-hosts, and I got a mustache. But I love God and I'm faithful to him, so I don't care what I look like. Let me come out here and tell it. Dude, for real. So I read 4 first because God ordered Hosea to go and get Gomer out the streets. After she's been out here living her life, she scamming on dudes, getting a bag, and her husband at the crib with the kids. Out here partying. Yeah, I got all the drain, the splat, whatever. But I read 4:1 first because when I'm sitting and I'm talking to God, he was like, don't nobody listen. Everybody think it's a game. And look, I'm included in that too. And he's like, no one's focused on me. No one's focused on what I'm trying to do, what's going on, what's about to happen, and the people that could potentially escape that. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, God, I know, but it was wild. But Hosea 4:1, attention, all Israelites, a whole worldwide indictment. And I started thinking about that, like, dang. When the United States of America they come for somebody, it's just the United States of America coming for one person. You flip it and God coming for everybody, and it's just one being. But he got that much power because you see the black and white, you're like, ugh. It's that black and white time. Either you're going to see this for what this is or you're not. And I wish I didn't have to bring a tough message. I wish it could be like a Joel Osteen, just think great and prosperity and bit, 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 bit. But that's not it. I see it from the side where I'm a person that ran from God. I'm a person that lied to God. I'm a person that didn't believe God. I'm a person who trusted in me more than anything, and I let me down more than anything. I know, seems crazy, right? But the indictment is going to read that no one was faithful, no one loves, and no one knows the first thing about God. And the whole time we're sitting here thinking, if we get a bag, if we get some degrees, if we get a baddie, if we get a real one, if we. For what? What's that going to get us? We don't even understand that we're conditioned to just really focus in the temporary. And God's like, I want you to see big pictures. It's more outside of this life that you have right now. But this life is you willingly choosing whether you want to rock with me or you want to rock it out until, the wheels fall off with the world. I can't, man, all this cussing and lying and killing, theft and loose sex, sheer anarchy, one murder after another. I could fit in all of them categories. Now, the given times are different, but I could fit in them categories. So I know what it's like to be on a spectrum where it's like, I'm doing it anyway. God ain't gonna forgive me. I'm sitting here going through whatever. But this was my mindset. Like, I'm not even gonna holler at dude. Like, I got too much going on. It's so real out here. But then that produced like this hardness and this, this extra stuff that I really didn't need. I needed at the time, but I don't need it now. But now seeing that that's pain, that's anger, that's regret, that's remorse, that's mistrust, that's misuse, that's disloyalty. All of those things sitting inside of me. And God's being like, man, let me tell you something though. You come back to me, man, it's like nothing ever happened. I know you was out here doing your thing, but come back home. Let me love you. Let me love you correctly. Now, Hosea 3:1, then God ordered me, start all over, love your wife again. Your wife who's in bed with her latest boyfriend. That quick? That quick. You know she in the bed with somebody, but go get her and love her. I'm like, God, look, he in the bed with somebody, I'm going to shoot him. But it's not about that. You got to think about how strong Hosea was, to deliver a message. I mean, he was a prophet, first of all, to deliver a message, then to be with such a person. And then, you got kids with somebody. You got a tie with somebody. This is a covenant. And that's one man. But God will say, I'll take this one man and I'm going to bless him and he's going to be there. What's the difference with us? I'm going to take you and I'm going to take your bad situation. And in your bad situation, I'm going to show you how much I love you and how I've always been here. It's never just been you. Listen, it's never been me. It's never been me. I can never say, oh my gosh, I did this by myself. I did it alone without the help of people. But by myself, never. It was God. So she's in the bed cheating. Love her the way I, God, love the Israelite people, even as they flirt and party with every god that takes their fancy. Man, you really got to be locked in. And everybody talks about, oh, I want to be locked in. I want to be this. I want to be that. But would you take somebody back after they left you? If you really love them, would you be like, oh, I want to start over? I didn't understand how deep God's love was until I, get into a situation. But I got into the situation where my heart was broke. I was feeling some type of way. I didn't eat for like 3 days. Okay. But during that time, I could rest in God. And then God showing me through Hosea. Like, I know who I choose. I know who I call. And when I tell him to go do something, I know what's best. And you're supposed to be a representative of me. So just go. It's changing my whole perspective on what love really is. What innocence is. Because I can't sit here and say, oh my gosh, if you're cussing and lying and killing and you're stealing and loose sex, you're going to hell. God came back for people such as this, such as me. Yeah, I ain't out here hopping on everything, but let me tell you, that cussing's still a problem. I kill people with my words sometimes. I ain't stealing nothing. Ain't no loose sex. And ain't no lying. I mean, I might lie to myself about my need to be emotional, but that's totally different. But just know that God is amazing. And to hear, like, even if you was hearing some gossip, like, oh, you see, dude took back his chicken. He went and got her out the bed, like, paid cash for it. You'd clown him. You'd clown him. But you would clown God for him trying to come through even when you don't deserve it. Nah, you really don't clown God. You clown yourself. Thinking that there's something that he won't forgive, that there's something that you can keep from him. And this message is not for someone who does not believe in God. You got to have this relationship with the Most High in order to understand this. Because if not, it's like, oh, she's just reading some. Nah, I'm telling you what the lick reads. Sit down and watch the flick play out to the end. But a lot of people are cowards and they want to keep flirting and partying with every god that tickles their fancy. Do that. I'm just the messenger. Holla at God.